I hope everybody's doing good. Happy holidays to everybody. It is full on winter here, as you can see. We're at a balmy 38 degrees right now. Just want to kind of see what this thing does in the snow. This is the GOAT Power Bikes Power Goat V3, 60 amp hour bad boy, coming in at 60 volts. 3,000 peak watts. I don't know what else you need. I haven't charged it in months. That's all I know. I just kind of go my 3 miles here, 4 miles there. What's snowy out. We're going to try some off-roadness, but I'm going to go over this bike and we're just going to go on a little snow winter adventure here in Colorado. The bike itself coming in at under $2,500 and the battery under $1,800. And if you use my discount code Colorado Adventure Channel, you'll save a couple $100 more on top of the sale they got going on right now. And get this bike well below what you could get the Lyric Grafitti X and what you could get well below the Ristretto 512. I mean, it's just, and a lot cheaper than you could get the Spark Brute. And honestly, just the few things I've done, putting on tires, a couple $100 there, and changing the handlebars, and I did switch it to single gear, and doing the fenders, I cut those myself and modified that. That was myself. I haven't spent a ton of money on it besides just buying the bike. I haven't had to change the controller, I haven't had to change the motor, anything like that, and it gives me 170 Newton meters of torque. It's super solid bike. I mean, it's just super awesome. So what we're going to do today, boys and girls, we're going to take a little adventure. I don't know where we're going. I know I need to go to the store and get some things, but I don't really know where we're going. I know I got my grocery bag in my pocket, and I'll drop it down to mode 3 here. I got it 5 modes, but mode 3, and we're going to see what this thing does in the snow. And it's a lot heavier of a bike than the Ghost Cat, for one. So I think that weight will help on the snow. These V Huntsman tires, not being as knobby, I have a feeling aren't going to grip as well in the snow. So it's kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul again. And that's a common terminology, especially in the e-bike world. But it's going to see how it handles like on a snowy, pathy trail here. And after we do this, we'll get on the road and head on out and see how it handles some more wintry conditions. But right now, I'm kind of okay with the grip that the V Huntsmans are giving me. I'm getting some softer snow here and see what it's got. A little dabbing. I've got a dab on the Ghost Cat too. So nothing out of the ordinary. It's definitely making its way through. So long as you're in like the harder pack type snow, it's not too bad. And the traction of the V Huntsman tires seem to be holding pretty well. I'm actually more impressed than I thought I'd be with them. In the softer snow, because of the weight of this bike and not having knobby tires, is a little bit more amped to slide around and spin a little. So just keep that in mind with these tires. I'm sure if I had some grizzly tires or more aggressive tires that the spinning wouldn't be an issue. Let's head on out and see what it'd be like just going to the store in this thing in some wintry conditions. We'll get on the bike path and kind of go the same way that we went with the Ghost Cat and see how it handles. Let's go. A nice 38 degrees today, super balmy, being totally sarcastic. But it is gorgeous out, and I couldn't really ask for a better wintry day to do a review on the wintry conditions on this thing. But most of all, just to talk about the value that you really get in this bike and the competition that's out there with this particular bike is really your Lyric Grafitti X, your Spark Brute, and your Ristrettos. And they've got a couple different models of the Ristrettos. They got like a 24 inch and a 20-inch wheel model, which is, I guess, good. Whatever. Whatever's clever. But we'll go on the bike path here and just kind of see how it handles on the bike path, so you all could get an idea of how that works. But yeah, beautiful day here between the ski resorts in Colorado. Hey, we're on the Goat Power Bikes Power Goat V3, and lots of upgrades going on with this bike, the tires, some customization parts, most of all the big honking 60 amp hour battery that we put on this thing. I'll put a link to it below. I mean, look at that thing, it's huge. And we've put it on the Goat Power Bikes Power Goat V3, as you see right here. And you put those two together and some V Huntsman tires, and you pretty much got what I'm on right now, with the exception of the handlebars and stem and just some upgrades to what I consider really just the big bad boy in the e-bike world. I really just consider this e-bike right here the one that I would take on group rides, the one that I would kind of show off, you know, and it's got pedals, so having a big 60 volt, 60 amp hour e-bike that has pedals, unlike, you know, your Surons and your Talarias, it really is kind of advantageous to take anywhere and just not get hassled. And even though I've got the pedal assist totally off on this, just making those pedal strokes every once in a while, this kind of keeps people off your butt, including the popo. But man, this bike is just smooth as butter. That battery has added power, it's added smoothness, overall stability and balance on the bike as well. And that comes with some upgrades. I had to upgrade the tires when I did the range test on this thing, just to have some more solid sidewalls. And the next upgrade is the brakes, because I'm gonna have to upgrade those puppies just because of the weight and the speed and just the momentum that this thing has now. Just alone on that. There's the mystery machine. There's no mystery here on what's the best ultimate e-moped type e-bike on the market right now, and that is definitely the Goat Power Bikes Power Goat V3, and that's the long bench seat. You're able to take a passenger. You're able to throw the biggest battery manufactured on the market right now from like a legit company, not just custom. I mean, a 60 volt, 60 amp hour battery, it's the biggest battery I know of you could buy for a cruiser type e-bike like this. So there's that. And this terrain is pretty rough, and it just kind of busts through some ice. This is the first test on ice, and hauled it steady. The bike's kind of heavy, so that helps. I can imagine some spikes or some studded tires would make this thing just really like a tank, with all that weight and power and torque. It's got 170 Newton meters of torque. And I'm just kind of like, every once in a while, just kind of wearing down the battery a little bit until I get it to where I need to charge it again, just to kind of get an idea of the range that this thing's gonna have on not charging it and riding it and letting it sit and riding it and letting it sit. How you doing?
Pretty all right. How are you doing?
Doing good, thank you. But these tires actually seem to be handling the rough terrain pretty well. Now, it doesn't have the suspension like the Ghost Cat had that really helped out a lot, you know, coming through these bumps. But the weight that this thing has creates another stable platform. So just a lot different of a bike. Totally two different bikes, but going on the same path here just to get to the grocery store is pretty cool, just to see how they both handle separately. There's a big bump. So really, honestly, the V Huntsman tires are surprisingly good. I could tell that, you know, you get into some thicker snow, they start spinning for sure, but if it's, you know, not too thick and decent hard pack, it handles really well. And the weight of this bike right now, especially with that extra battery, is pretty cool. All right, let's head on up here and we'll chat a little bit about how awesome this bike is, because this is a heck of a lot of fun. Whew. How fun is this? I'm actually gonna go to a different grocery store today. I'm not gonna go to Super Mega Mart. I wanna go to City Slick Mart. Let's go. I just kind of wanted to get on a wide open road on this. You know, it's winter out, and I'm really trying to wear down this battery and just putting around. This is going to take forever, but getting on this wide open road right now and headed to the town market store instead of the ultra mega mart makes a big difference. So let's head on down through here. We're traveling at right at 40 miles an hour. And it's as smooth as butter with that 60 volt battery, 60 amp hours. It just holds the bike super stable and steady, that weight. It just, that power and just juice is unbelievable. It pretty much rides like a motorcycle at that point. Now, a couple of things that I would probably suggest maybe possibly changing, which are, you know, totally up to you as we go through some icy wetness there. It's pretty sketchy. Is you might want to change like the suspension, some softer springs in the back, some better upgraded front forks, those kinds of things, and the brakes. I'm thinking with this weight and the power distribution and the range and the hills that we have here, that I think it's just a good idea to probably upgrade the brakes, which is my next upgrade, and then possibly the suspension after that. The suspension doesn't really bother me that bad, honestly, and when I ride 2 up, it's kind of where I want it to be. Anyways, so there's that. All right, we're gonna head up here as I go to the town market. Find a parking spot. I might just kind of go up this. Oh. All right, I want to go in here and grab some groceries, and then we'll continue our little chat on the way back home. Oh. Oh. All right, there's that. Mode 5 here. We'll get going. Groceries bungeed in the back. There's a Cybertruck. God, these things are ugly. All right, let's head on down this way. We'll talk some more about, just in my opinion, just the best 60 volt e-bike e-cruiser moped on the market, and that's the Goat Power Bikes Power Goat V3. And a lot of it has to do with the frame, and the reason that I picked the Power Goat versus the Motor Goat or the Billy Goat is 100% the frame on this thing. Just gave me more options to customize and play around and do the things that I wanted to do, and all of that's adventures, because after all, it is the Colorado Adventure Channel. All right, let's head on up this way and take a nice little cruise back to Eagleville, Colorado. And the roads are fairly clear. We haven't had any snow in the last couple days, but that'll change quickly. And if you lived in Colorado or visited, you know that snow is always around the corner. And around the corner this week, because we're having these warmer days, like today, yesterday, day before, and tomorrow is supposed to be pretty nice too. As we get like these little warm fronts that come through, sunny, warm, clear skies, and they usually give way to something special, and that's snowstorms. And we're gonna have another one coming in on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I think. So just basically going to the grocery store while I'm out reviewing this thing and seeing how it handles in the wintry conditions, and talk about how I just think it's the ultimate 60 volt cruiser. And when you add that big honking 60 amp hour battery to this thing, and you're still getting in that Grafitti X price range and the Ristretto price range and well below the Brute, I think you're just saving money and getting a better deal. And if you use my discount code, Colorado Venture Channel, you're going to save even more, and that's going to make me feel better about discussing this awesome e-bike. All right, let's cruise on over here. Kind of just get off the road, make sure my cargo is not falling off. Awesome, awesome. It's felt a little shift there in the back because I just have a bungee cord holding like $50 worth of groceries back there, and it's probably just not the best idea as far as holding it in. And there's that. And there's a rack that Goat Power Bikes puts out too, so if you want to do a better job than I'm doing and secure your cargo a lot better than I'm doing right now, you could grab that rack. But yeah, the Power Goat V3 that's the best. I mean, that's my opinion, obviously, but I mean, for an adventure bike, it's like just the ultimate. You've got the long bench seat for more cargo, passengers, so on and so forth. And in the summer, it's just huge. I could carry my fishing rods and whatever, paddle boards to the lake. It's just a really amazing vehicle. Just so y'all know, I had some questions. Y'all want to know which e-dirt bike I'm getting. Well, I ordered it. It's the Dirt Goat by Goat Power Bikes. I got the 72 volt. I wanted something lighter and nimble. I didn't want anything big and bulky because, you know, after having this thing, this big and bulky thing, this is my range monster, and I don't really want a dirt bike that's a range monster. I want a dirt bike that's nimble and isn't too crazy to have like some fun little adventures on. And if I feel that I need to get something different later, I will. But I mean, I live like just within like a mile, 2 miles of most of the places I'm gonna be riding. And I just really don't want the extra weight, to be honest with you. All right, we'll cross here. Oh, what a great day to go on a little adventure and just talk about why I think this bike is the best, and why I think it's better than the Lyric Grafitti X, and why I think it's better than the Ristrettos, and why I think it's better than the Spark Brute. And that just comes down to price and what you're getting for your money, and a bunch of other things. But I also think the doggone thing just looks better. They just got it tuned right, and it's not gonna like wear you out. Oh, what a great day here on the foothills of Beaver Creek. I'm back here at the fire station. You can see I have that kind of bungeed on, not really awesome. Bam. What a great day. But there it is, boys and girls and man, bear, pigs, the Goat Power Bikes, Power Goat V3, and that's the big old 60 volt, 60 amp hour battery on there, and the V Huntsman tires. You know, when you get that battery, they give you that big old honking stand to come with it too. I've got some custom pedals on there, custom handlebars, custom stem. I've made it a single speed from the multi-speed, and that's about it. And it's just freaking awesome. It does everything, goes everywhere that you want it to. It's just awesome. And you can get this bike right now for under $2,500. You could get the 60 volt, 60 amp hour battery for $1,800 and use my discount code Colorado Adventure Channel. Save you hundreds and get it well below your Grafitti X. Get it well below the Ristrettos. Get it well below the Spark Brute. And in my opinion, just a better looking bike, and a couple things like handlebar changes and pedals and tires, and get it where you want it. It just works really, really cool. I left my blinker on. Just unbelievable, and I don't even know. It's still sitting at 68.5 volts. It's still sitting at 80% battery on this thing. So I got a long way to go before I got to charge it. That's the great thing about having this battery. You charge it and then you ride it a bunch of times. You don't have to charge it. There's no range anxiety. I mean, he's going to go over 100 miles on an e-bike or e-moped. It's crazy. It's just the best 60 volt e-bike that you could get on the market right now at the best price, and their customer service is amazing. These motors that they have on any of the Goat Power Bikes are just bomb proof. That's why I'm getting the Dirt Goat, just because of everything they're putting out and all the research that they're doing to get these parts are just bomb proof. They just really are. Anyways, leave a comment below on what bike you want me to take up next and what challenges you think I should do. Because look at this. We got snow everywhere. I got a long winter to go. I'm going to go snowboarding tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off and go snowboarding. Beaver Creek or Vail. I'm in between both of them. Which one should I go to? Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you like. Until our next adventure, this is Chris from the Colorado Adventure Channel in beautiful Colorado. Peace.